Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Richard Plunker from the PapadumGeek, and today guys, we're taking a look at the Logitech G433, G433, 433, G433, 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 the G433. So this is the G433 gaming headset. Now this headset here is meant to be used in the urban environment, hence why it's sort of unique design. And also very interesting texture design to the headset itself. Now it comes in a variety of colors. This one in particular is like a navy blue. I don't know if it actually has a particular name, but one thing that when I first took it out of the box was, I was like, oh, I don't know how this is gonna feel on my head, because it does feel a bit odd. But it was actually really comfortable. So before we talk about the headset in a bit more detail, let's take a look inside the box. So taking a closer look inside the box, pretty much a pretty standard box from Logitech. Keep playing, it says there. I don't know if you can see that. I forgot to put this cable in. I've already been playing with the headset. I'm pretending to unbox it, essentially. Comes in a nice cover here, really nicely presented, I thought. You generally have the headphones themselves just out here, and like I said, you know, really nice headphones with this fabric on here and everything. Just really interesting. It's really hard to describe in a way and how it feels, but the texture for it, you know, at first touch, it's just a bit, oh, that's a bit weird, but you sort of get used to it, and it's, you know, really nice. So removing the inside packaging now, you're presented with another box inside. So inside this box, pretty much, I've sort of just chucked everything in here, but you get your cables. It's not as messy like this when you do buy it. So you get a braided cable which has a volume rocker as well as a mute switch, which is really nice, as well as you got a little holder here which you can actually put all your remaining cables in, which is really cool, right? See, you can put all your cables in here, you know, if you can. But really nice cable, feels really nice. Like, it's just, you know, non-tangling cable. Always really nice by Logitech to have something like that. And it's universal in a way. You can use it with your other headsets if you do wish to. Now you do have your regular headset or cable as well. Now this only has just a clicker here. And this clicker is just for, you know, regular use, as it just has your two prongs, no volume rocker or anything like that. This will be used for mainly just for everyday use. Now you do also get your boom microphone, which is a pretty standard boom microphone, and this just fits into your headset. And that's pretty much it. Really nice, really simple boom mic, but it doesn't flex, as you can see here. It just pretty much just stays straight for the most part. You do have extra ear cups as well. This is sort of an, you know, leatherette feeling, or it's a felt, I think. It's really interesting texture to it, which Logitech has gone with. You know, they have this, then they've got the sort of more fabric feeling to it. Really nice. I think it's called sports texture or something like that. But yeah, really nice that they've added that in there. In addition, you do get this USB DAC as well, which will allow you to use 7.1 surround sound. Now you do have to have this USB plugged in to achieve this. Now one last thing that you do get as well is this circular bag. This is for your headphones. Really nice that they've actually included that. Really simple bag that you can just chuck your headphones in. Just got to have them nice and flat. Let's see if we can put them in there. Just like that. Zip them up. And away you go. It's a bit odd that it's like sort of this shape, but it will fit nice and flat in your backpack or, you know, laptop bag or whatever. So right now I've got the detachable boom mic connected. As you can see here, it detaches and attaches quite easily.
So what you're hearing right now is my voice using the boom mic on the headset, using also the USB DAC that comes with the headset so I can record via my computer. And should be pretty much what you'd get if you are to use this while playing online or talking to your friends or anything like that. And I'm pretty happy with the quality. I should note also when you do speak into the microphone, you can hear yourself depending how loud you actually have the headset. Now, I know a lot of people don't really like this, and some people do. There is no way at turning this off, or at least I don't know how to. And I think it's a nice feature. I really like it because it just means that you're not having to yell into the microphone because you can hear yourself. So right now you're hearing my voice using the inline microphone, and I think it also sounds pretty reasonable, really nice and clean. It is a bit softer. I haven't changed any of the levels that I'm recording with, so you can actually hear the difference in level using the boom mic and versus using the inline microphone. Really nice and clean. I think if you're using this to take calls or anything like that, I think it's going to be pretty good. And it also does have that audio pass through as well, so you can hear yourself. Again, I think it's a nice little thing that it's there, and I think some people might find it a bit annoying that you can't turn it off. So that's something to be mindful of.
As you saw inside the box, you do get additional ear cups, which I think is really nice, and I think more companies should include something like that, even if it's just for replacing or just having a different texture to it, being that it's pleather or fabric. Right here, it's really hard to describe this. It's like a nice felt feeling, and whereas here it's a bit more fabric, it sort of blends into the actual ear cup itself. Though the felt right here feels really nice and soft. It's not really pleather, but it does feel a bit leathery. Like all great headphones as well, it makes it really easy when you can place them on your shoulders like this, when you're sort of taking a break rather than having like this and sort of squeezing your neck. I really appreciate it when a headphone company makes them like this. And I don't really hate it. It's just really restricting sometimes when I just want to keep the headphones on my neck without having to take it off. So that's really a nice added feature. Though the headset is sort of built with a lot of plastic, it doesn't feel cheap at all. It actually feels quite sturdy. However, I wouldn't put a lot of pressure on the headband itself, as I do feel like even though it's still plastic, it could crack. So it's something to be wary about and cautious, especially when placing it on your seat and accidentally sitting on it. Overall, the Logitech G433 headset is a pretty nice headset, and for its price, it's actually not too bad. You get a lot of stuff with it, and it's very much compared, I would say, even close to the HyperX Cloud series. And that is more comparing not to the Core, but the HyperX Cloud 2s, where you get the additional ear cups, where you get the additional DACs and whatnot. So keeping in mind, it does say VR 7.1 surround sound. This is all done via software, so that's something to remember. These are still regular stereo headphones, but when you do use it with the compatible software, it can actually be able to use 7.1 surround sound, which then emulates all of that. And if you do have Windows 10 or Xbox One with Atmos, you can use the Atmos surround sound in there as well, which is pretty incredible. I haven't used it with these particular headsets, but they pretty much work with any headset, so it's something worth checking out as well. You will need a license for that. So other than that, it's really hard to pinpoint anything wrong with the headset. I'm actually quite really happy with it and really surprised by the quality of the headset as well, even though it is mainly built of plastic. So it does have a bit of flex on there, but again, I don't want to be pushing that because this might crack, even though it does feel a bit solid. Now, with this type of fabric, you do have, in terms of the texture, it's sort of a bit open, and I found myself having sort of sometimes little crumbs. I don't know how crumbs get all up in my head, but sometimes crumbs will get stuck in there, and I have to sort of dust it off and shake it off to, get it from, or to unstick it from the actual ear cup itself. Other than that, it's not a huge deal. It just seems like it would get really dirty really quickly. If you're just a messy person in general, like if you're eating like a packet of Doritos or something and then you're touching your ear cup, it's just going to get dirty and it's going to be really hard to clean. It's just one of those things. And other than that, a really small thing as well, I wish they sort of made the sort of boom mic and the actual cable like sort of all in one in a way. That would be really interesting instead of having, so right now you've got this sort of open hole right here for the boom mic, and then you've got another hole down below for the cable. I don't really know how they would do that. I guess, they're trying to keep it all separate, which I get it makes complete sense, but I wondered as well, and Logitech, if you're watching this, I would love to hear your response if you had the boom mic, attached to the cable itself. So that's one whole unit just there ready to plug in, and then you had your separate cable microphones, as opposed to having a boom mic, a cable as well when you're playing on the PC, or but you get the point. You get the point. So without me rambling on too much, I highly recommend the G433 headset. It's a great budget headset for what you get in here. Really, build quality is pretty impressive. I'm quite happy with it. Other than that, it's really hard to sort of default. It sounded pretty good as well in terms of listening from a variety of things, from playing games, listening to music, and just general use like editing as well. I was quite surprised with the 40mm drivers. I've been very spoiled with 50mm drivers with a couple of my headphones, so it is slightly a big difference. But if you're coming from just a general pair of headphones and nothing too high end, I think you're going to be pretty happy with these guys. Thanks very much, guys, for sticking through to the end of the video. I really appreciate it. If you have any comments or any questions regarding the headset or anything else, leave them down below and I'll do my best to answer them. And you might have noticed, if you had a keen eye, this video is from the vault. It's at least a couple of years old, when I was sort of back at home and had a different setup, longer hair, and I just never got around to finishing the review, and I'm really sorry for not putting it out earlier. It's a couple of years old, and I'm really sorry Logitech as well. Just so you guys know as well, Logitech sent this headset out for review, and I'm really sorry I just never got around to finishing it. And that's when I went sort of MIA and just put everything down and focused on my family and stuff. But I owed it myself just to finish it, put it out there, and also produce some content for you guys. It may not be new, but it is relevant, and I think it is a decent headset. Don't get me wrong, the headset has its cons. Now, having used it for more than 2 years, it's not my everyday headset, but I use it here and there in bed and stuff, and I can definitely tell you that after about 3 hours or so wearing it, it feels a bit heavy on the head. Other than that, it's a pretty decent headset. Yeah, it doesn't sound like the best. I have a wide variety of different headphones, and it's not up there. It's sort of sitting around the mid-range, but it's not too bad for the price. And if that's within your budget, I would say go for it. If you can save a bit more, then go for something else. Anyway, guys, really appreciate your support. Thanks again for everything. Hopefully, I'll be trying to put out more content for you guys weekly, if not a bit more, once I can build up to it. But yeah. Thanks again. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you guys next week. See ya.